fans, welcome to the first thoughts for episode 7 of season 6, Dr. Linus. Well, a mixed episode I feel. Some bits I loved, other bits I didn't like so much. We started off with Ben escaping from the temple and meeting up with the rest of the renegade group, should we call them that? Something like that. Alana's group anyway, and Miles giving away that it was actually Ben that killed Jacob, and I don't know about you, I was actually pleading for Miles not to give Ben up. I mean, that's how much of an important character Ben has actually become, because, you know, he's always seemed inherently evil, but you've got to love him in some way, haven't you? But no, Miles did give him up, and that led to endless digging from Ben, which personally I thought was a little bit dull. A little bit of a disappointment. Our first Ben episode of the series, and most of the time all we have is him just digging a grave for himself, which I just thought was a waste of time, really. But you know, that was only one small part of the episode. We also met up with Jack and Hurley, who managed to meet Richard Alpert. So nice to see him again. Not seen him for a while, and he wants to die now. Anyway. He goes to the Black Rock to die, which I think confirms from the way he was speaking that he is actually from the Black Rock. It was one of the many theories as to where Richard Alpert came from, and it looks like that one is now going to come true. So it looks like Richard Alpert did arrive on the island from the Black Rock. Now he says the reason that he doesn't die and doesn't age is because Jacob touched him. Now, I'm sure we all thought at the same point, does that mean the other candidates, like Hurley, Jack, Locke doesn't really count, I suppose, but Sun and Jin, they were all touched by Jacob. Does that mean that they now also have the same power as Richard Alpert, in which case they will never age and will never die? I think that's definitely a possibility. Now also we move on to the idea of who can kill who. Richard can't kill himself. He believes Jack can, but it turns out Jack can't, because he's a candidate. Or did that only happen because Jack was still present in the room? You see, we haven't ironed out who can kill who yet. Ben, when he killed Jacob, wasn't a candidate at that time. So maybe only non-candidates can kill candidates, but that seems rather odd to me, but that could be the case. So yeah, we learned a little bit more there about who can kill who with this whole candidate situation, so that was interesting to see. In Flash Sideways, Ben Linus is Dr. Linus as a teacher, which we already knew, but it was nice. I liked the Flash Sideways, and it was good to show us that Ben is still essentially the same character, but slightly different. He chose Alex this time over the island, effectively, or the bigger picture. So he is different. He gets along with his dad as well, but it's kind of the same with all the Flash Sideways. They're essentially the same character, but slightly different. One thing I did pick up from the Flash Sideways, we got a small bit of Locke quite near the start, but carrying on from the theory, so the theories I ended up last week that suggested that the Locke in the Flash Sideways is also fake Locke Flog. I didn't believe that at the time, but this week it seemed like that could be the case. The way he just said, "You should do it," and it was like he was pushing him in that direction, like MIB has been doing. Like he's just trying to manipulate Ben to do that thing for him. So, I don't know. Maybe it is fake Locke in the Flash Sideways. If so, I did not see that coming at all. It's an amazing surprise. As far as the Flash Sideways go, I really hope they're going to meet up the main timeline soon, because, like I've been saying, I've been enjoying them, they've been alright, but we need something more now. They need to come together and make sense so we know where they are, because I'm just going to get bored, to be honest. It's the only way of saying it, of just seeing them in an alternative timeline. You know, it's a nice spin-off, but it's not lost, is it? So, I do hope they are going to come together sooner rather than later. The episode ended with everyone joining up on the, well, not everyone, but a group of people turning up at the beach, which was a nice scene, and sad to see poor old Ben left out. Also my favourite Lost tune ever, or one of my favourite Lost tunes ever. The theme from Season 4, No Place Like Home, played in the background, so that was lovely, enjoyed that. And of course the very end, we saw someone who we've been waiting for a very, very long time. Old Charlie Boy Widmore turned up his little periscope at the end, came out of the water, and there he was. he's on his way to the island again. So that was fantastic to see. Right, that brings us to the end of this week's First Thoughts. There will be a review on the Swan Station later today of this episode, around 8 o'clock. You can expect that GMT. We are still GMT, aren't we? Yeah, we're not BST yet. GMT. And then the preview for next week's episode will be up tomorrow. Next week's episode called Recon. Ooh. And of course, your theories will be up over the weekend. I'll see you next week. And until then, namaste.
Thank you. Namaste. And good luck.